Hi, everybody. Al Bernstein here with another one of our quick hits. And on this one, we're going to talk about a fight that I think is going to be a really good one. It's on the undercard of Mayweather Berto on Saturday, September 12th. And it is, I think, a very intriguing matchup. BADOU JACK will defend his version of the 168-pound super middleweight title against George Groves, who comes over from Great Britain to try and win a world title. As you know, Groves had two chances to win the title against Carl Froch, could not quite do it. He had two great fights with Froch. And in the first fight, what many believe was a quick stoppage occurred. In the second fight, Froch was able to score a TKO win. In either case, George Groves comes into this fight with only those two losses and with a win over James DeGale, to his credit. Of course, DeGale currently has also one of the 168-pound belts. So George Groves is a very tough challenger for BADOU JACK. As for BADOU JACK, who won the title his last time out against Anthony Durrell, it was a bit of an upset. Not everyone thought Jack was going to be able to do that, but he did. It was a majority decision, but he fought very well in that fight. And for winning that title, well, he gets a pretty tough challenge his first time out of the box. How do these fighters stack up against each other? Let's take a look at the tail of the tape of this one, and you'll see that the age is different. George Groves at 27 and BADOU JACK at 31. Ironically, even though Groves is younger, he has actually faced overall tougher competition than BADOU JACK. And Jack, certainly beating Durrell was an accomplishment, but he comes into this fight, I think, with less experience against top names than George Groves does. Now, you look at the height and reach advantage of Jack. That could be important in this fight. George Groves tends to fight in a crouch. We'll see if the Jack height and reach can be something that he can use to his advantage during the course of this match. Well, to go into that in more detail, let's take a look at the keys to victory. The first keys to victory will be those of George Groves. Now, for Groves, he's got to keep a quick pace in this fight. Jack doesn't like to fight a quick pace. He wants to set his own pace and be able to kind of control things. And Groves is quite capable of setting that pace. Double with the jab. When Groves does that, he's very effective. And despite the height and reach disadvantage, he finds a way to get that jab in there. And the overhand right, which he landed repeatedly in his fights with Carl Froch and had Froch hurt on several occasions, could be a very important weapon for George Groves. Now, as to BADOU JACK, his keys to victory include also the jab. He's got to establish that punch. It's a little bit underused by him, but he did use it very effectively against Anthony Durrell. And the straight right hand, he throws his straighter than George Groves. He's got to use the jab to set up that punch so he can get the right hand in. Groves does hold his left hand low, and sometimes can be hit with a straight right. Carl Froch was able to do that. What Jack can't do is when he throws the right hand, lunge in, because if he does that, there is no question that Groves will be able to counterpunch him. And I think the general consensus is that Groves may be the more powerful puncher in this fight. And so BADOU JACK doesn't want to get hit with one of those big counterpunches by George Groves. This is a fight that I know resonates not only in the United States, but certainly in Great Britain and all of the UK. This is really, in my mind, a magical time for fighters from Great Britain and all of the United Kingdom. There are a number of champions that dot the landscape, many contenders, and the 168-pound division is a division in which the Brits have done very well. Clearly, Carl Froch, in his long run now, he just retired. James DeGale took part of that throne, and now here's George Groves trying to add to the British cachet of championships. And so this fight of great importance to Groves. Those 2 losses to Froch, he doesn't want them to stamp his career right now. And a win over Jack would certainly do that. Now, while it's true that Jack is taking on a very tough opponent in his first title defense, Groves has no picnic either, because Jack has improved in his last 3 fights. And my old friend Gil Clancy, my great mentor and the great trainer and broadcaster, always said fighters get about 20 to 30% better once they've won a championship, especially in their next outing. So we'll see how Jack does in this next outing as he faces a genuine challenge, probably the best fighter that he has ever faced in his career. It's all going to go down on September 12th at the MGM Grand as part of the undercard for the Mayweather-Berto fight. Also on that undercard, which is a very good one, Orlando Salido against Rocky Martinez. And elsewhere here, you can find on our YouTube page, you can find a key quick hits on the Salido-Martinez fight. So check that out, because that's going to be a terrific matchup. So I hope you all tune in. I'm going to be thrilled to be able to announce this fight and the entire September 12th card. And we'll see you on Saturday night.